I'll be right there.
Oh, no worries. Please, just take your time.
Coffee with cream, no sugar.
Thank you.
No problem. Anything else I can get you?
No, you've done more than enough. Thank you.
Well, I'm here.
I'm almost done.
Please, by all means, take your time. I know it's a lot. Questions can be a little awkward. I'm sorry I had to get so personal during your interview. It's a standard procedure. I know it can be awkward.
No, it's fine. I understand. Here you go. I was just fixing a few typos.
Oh, I'm not concerned with grammatical errors. You should see some of the forms people turned into me.
Oh, I wasn't talking about my errors. I was actually referring to typos on the form. Whoever typed up this document did a pretty poor job of proofreading.
That would be me.
Oh, sorry.
I see you also took the liberty of rephrasing some of our questions.
Those are just suggestions. Some of your wording was a little confusing.
I see.
I'm sorry. I just can't help myself sometimes.
That's fine.
No, I shouldn't have done it. It's just that I'm an English teacher, and
I know.
I've been a stickler about education since before I could even talk. My mom says when I was a baby, I would cry every time my dad ended a sentence with a preposition.
Is that right? Well, be prepared to shed a lot of tears in here then.
I come from a long line of educators on my mother's side. It's in my blood, I guess. Sure miss my mama. She always knew how to make things better. But we haven't spoken in years. I'm sorry if I offended you. Let me omit that. Do you have any whiteout? I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
No need to be.
No, I shouldn't have done that. It was wrong of me to think that I could just come in here and change your forms. I mean, who do I think I am? That's why I always end up in trouble.
Desiree, it's okay. You're not at home. I'm not your husband.
I'm sorry. We can continue.
Are you sure? Because I can give you a moment.
No, it's fine. I'm very tired, and you said you've been up for over 24 hours, so let's just proceed.
Okay. You have a look. Everything looks good. I'll look at it more thoroughly tomorrow. You're required to meet with me after your first 24 hours here. Being that it's 4 a.m. now, we can schedule a meeting for 7 a.m. I know it's kind of early, but...
No, it's fine. I'm usually at work by 7 a.m. every day anyway.
Perfect. Do you have any questions for me at this point?
Just about how things work here.
Here, the list of our rules. Due to the lateness of the hour, I won't go to them as thoroughly as I often do, but the main thing to remember is that this is an undisclosed location. You cannot tell anyone where this place is and what we do here. Not your sister, not your best friend, not your great Aunt Pearl, nobody. Especially not your parent. It's very important that you do not break this rule. It's a matter of safety for you, the other women here, staff. You can also never tell anyone the names of anybody who's staying here. You can tell people that you're in the shelter. That's all the information you can get. So make myself clear?
Yes.
Let's see, we have a 10 p.m. curfew Sunday through Thursday, and a 12 a.m. curfew Friday and Saturday. We do make exceptions for work. That has to be approved by staff first. We have a zero tolerance policy for violence. You put your hands on someone, you're out. Let's see. We don't allow weapons on the premises, which reminds me, I forgot to check your bags. I need to do that.
Oh, I don't own any weapons.
Well, I have to check to be sure. You see, there are things that can be used as weapons, even though we don't look at them as such.
You're just going to go through my things?
It's just a safety precaution, nothing personal.
All right.
What are these?
Ibuprofen.
Are they in the bag?
sophomores in a public high school. That's a necessity. The bottle's at home.
These are just questions I have to ask.
I understand.
I have to tell you.
Why?
All medications, even over-the-counter drugs, have to remain in staff's possession at all times. When you need it, you just come to the desk and someone will give it to you. You know, we have women here who are going through a lot. Some of them are depressed. Some may even be suicidal. It's just our way of knowing what someone is taking and how much.
That makes sense. I suppose I won't be needing them, considering there are no sophomores in here.
Yeah, but there are some women who act like freshmen, so trust me, you'll be coming to the desk with these often. I'll take this fingernail file too.
You know, this place doesn't look anything like I expected a shelter to look like.
That's what everyone says. Well, as you can see, this place is a home and not a facility. I want the place to be as warm and as homey as a place like this could be. And we're all responsible for keeping the house in good shape. You'll find out what your chores are when we meet tomorrow. You get 24 hours to get settled in. After that, you gotta work just like everyone else.
You know, I have to admit, I was a little surprised to find out that a man ran this place.
Most of the women are.
It just doesn't seem like man's work. How did you end up here, if you don't mind my asking?
Same way you ended up here, I guess. Mike. This is actually my house. It belongs to my grandmother who raised me. I grew up here. She took in a lot of women and children and even a few men over the years for a number of reasons. It was her life's work. When she died, I left the job I was working at the time to transform this place into an official shelter. Named in her honor.
Nellie's house. Your grandmother's name was Nellie.
Nella, actually. But everyone called her Nellie. Nellie B. She was a great woman. Some of the rules we have here are actually her rules. They're mostly about how we're supposed to treat each other. Every bedroom has a copy of the rules on the wall, written in her handwriting. And there are errors. Mama Nellie didn't have much formal education, but we like her errors. They're off limits.
Got it.
I live here too, down in the basement. I converted it into a small office apartment. I have my own entrance, and I almost always go out my entrance and come through the front door instead of coming through the house, just a way to keep the separation. Now, staff is made up of myself, JD, the security guard who you met when you came in. He's here from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., pretty much 7 days a week. We're the only full-time staff. Veronica, our part-time receptionist, is on maternity leave. And then there's Trudy. She's a resident here. You'll meet her when you wake up. She's a really sweet woman. Between the four of us, we just make this place work the best we can. It's kind of hectic without Veronica, though.
How many women do you house?
Comfortably 24. It's a dual number for the staff, and it's a little crowded for the women, though. We've been up to 50, but that's usually very rare, and when it does happen, it's temporary or something like that, usually just for a night or something. Mama Nellie never turned anyone away, so we try to operate by that same policy. Let's see, I'll actually give you the formal tour when you get up. You'll be in the Imani room.
The Imani room?
Yeah. We have 7 bedrooms, so I named them after the 7 Kwanzaa principles, Imani meaning faith, of course. Now, I warn you, when a new woman comes into the house, some of the other women can be a little distrusting, and just some of them will be rude. Especially your roommates, because they may look at you as somebody who's taking up limited space. And I will admit, space is very limited. That's why we only allow you to bring in 2 bags. When we're at capacity, there's 4 women to a room. Your room will have 3. And you'll be sharing a room with Ebony and Sam. Now, Ebony is a sweetheart. You know, Sam may be a little annoyed by your presence, but she'll get over it. Now, some of the women can be a little intimidating, But if you have any problems, just come see me, Trudy, or JD. But you seem like a really strong woman, so I'm sure you'll do just fine.
I'm not as strong as you may think.
I doubt that. I bet you're even stronger. Desiree, I know you said you didn't want to talk about what happened between you and your husband, and I respect that. But it's important that I know as much as possible. It's not for the purposes of being nosy or calling the police or anything like that. It would just help us to serve you better. And God forbid if anything did happen to you, we have that information.
I don't want to talk about it.
But that's a right.
I said I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. We won't talk about it. Just remember that I'm not here to hurt you, to judge you, or even make decisions for you. I'm here to help you. I care.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'll need to take photos of any injuries you sustained during your altercation with your husband.
Crochet for you, making scratch for you. Leave out the